Yesterday, we had to sit you down like the nice and open parents that we are and tell you all about how the critics reacted to the early screenings of DC's second at-bat of their new cinematic universe this year. It's never easy to look fans in the face and tell them where babies come from or that their hopes and dreams are once again crushed and that there might not be a light at the end of the tunnel. But who's to blame for this movie getting a negative reception? Is it the cast and crew? Is it DC Comics? Is it the Warner Brothers? Or is it some fucking asshole named Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, it has to be that Rotten Tomatoes guy,
Fuck
right?
Tomatoes.
Yeah, he's the one that keeps shitting all over these franchises we want to be well received. All of our favorite franchises, Rotten Tomatoes guy, he's a dick. But he says all these bad things about movies before he even had a chance to see them.
Someone should hire the hacker known as 4chan to hack Mr. Rotten Tomatoes' website.
Before we even have a chance to form our own opinions, Rotten Tomatoes goes and shits all of these movies. So who's this Rotten Tomatoes guy anyway? Some kind of Marvel conspirator?
Sounds like it.
I know what we'll do. We'll shut down his site because of the negative reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a brilliant idea. Then people will never know if a movie is good or bad because of this one person's opinion of it.
What the hell kind of name is Rotten Tomatoes anyway?
Yeah.
Sounds like fruit that's gone bad.
Yeah, because tomatoes are fruit.
Anyway, everything we just said sounds fucking nuts, right? I mean, we all know that Rotten Tomatoes is an aggregation platform whose summary of movie reviews, score, and consensus is all based off of these sometimes hundreds of verified critics from around the world, right? You know that, right?
Yeah.
Well, despite the fact that getting mad at Rotten Tomatoes for giving a bad review would be the same thing as getting mad at Google for showing you negative reviews after typing Suicide Squad reviews, DC fans, they've had enough.
Yeah.
They're shaking their fist at that cloud, and for some reason they have started a petition to shut down Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, and a change.org petition, which, by the way, I know that we've said this a dozen times, change.org always works.
It's never failed.
The person who started it said the following. Take it, Elliot.
We need this site to be shut down because its critics always give the DC Extended Universe movies unjust bad reviews. Like 1, Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice 2016, and 2, Suicide Squad 2016, and that affects people's opinion even if it's a really great movies.
So, again, we have to say there is no conspiracy to specifically go after DC movies. Even some critics, like Birth Movies Death's Devin Faraci, actually gave Suicide Squad a fresh rating despite his obvious dislike of Dawn of Justice. And the thought that a website which aggregates reviews would somehow be working against Warner Brothers, a company which until earlier this year actually owned Rotten Tomatoes and still has stock in the company, is ridiculous.
But I mean, like, mainstream media is biased, and they're biased, you know? The poll numbers, they don't reflect
Creativity is biased too, I guess.
Anyway, despite all of that, the petition still managed to garner over 17,000 signatures of support before the owner of the petition decided to end the whole thing because he decided, after thinking about it, that he found the petition pointless.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Even the DC Cinematic subreddit found the very idea of the petition baffling, despite their enthusiasm for this film to do well regardless of the reviews. But back to the movie and to why it's not the slam dunk that everyone thought it would be.
Yeah, in the wake of its now 31% rotten score on the site, which must not be named, The Hollywood Reporter gathered up some intel regarding some of the stuff that went on behind the scenes that may have led to its current state. Their article is titled, Suicide Squad's Secret Drama, Rushed Production, Competing Cuts, High Anxiety. And it's an interesting read, but we'll take a brief look at some of the statements within the article to see what could have caused the backlash to this film.
Those Marvel guys, they went on the set and they cut the power cables to
yeah,
the
like
lights.
little gremlins on the side of the DC plane.
Sabotage.
Yeah.
So all this information comes from unnamed sources close to the production and or the studio itself. No one's naming names, but they're all snitches. But the Hollywood Reporter, they're a very, very trustworthy publication, so they have no reason to just make this stuff up. First of all, the movie appears to have been rushed from the start, with one of their sources saying, quote, Ayer wrote the script in like 6 weeks, and they just went. And that person also said, quote, the whole process would have benefited if David Ayer had been given more time to work.
6 weeks for Suicide Squad.
I mean, it's a month and a half. How hard is it to write a movie?
With all the other things going on in your life, especially other stuff that you're working on. I don't know. Yes, he should have had more time to work on it. Then you have the Dawn of Justice debacle, which played out mere months before Suicide was supposed to be hitting theaters. The article continues, quote, Warner executives, nervous from the start, grew more anxious after they were blindsided and deeply rattled by the tepid response to BVS. And they added, a key concern for Warner's executives was that Suicide Squad didn't deliver on the fun, edgy tone promised in the strong teaser trailer for the film. So while Ayer pursued his original vision, Warner set out on working on a different cut with an assist from Trailer Park, the company that had made the teaser. So they got a company that edits trailers to do a cut of a feature-length film.
Yeah, because those are totally editing styles that belong together. No, they don't. They don't belong together at all. And just you heard that right. They handed over the film to the editors who created the fucking trailer in order to fix the movie. It's then claimed that multiple versions of the film existed and were played for test audiences, which makes a lot of sense considering the tweets from @DanielRPK, a writer from LA, who wrote back in May that he'd seen it and that it was amazing. That, quote, there's still hope for the DCEU, who then thanked David Ayer and spoke about Batman as if he was in the film way more than he ended up being.
Yeah, then just the other day, he tweeted this. It's amazing what small changes can do to a movie. Some of the changes they've done for Suicide Squad were just odd. They changed the order of some scenes, added more flashbacks, cut some of Joker's stuff, made his side story seem more pointless. Some small plot changes overall made the pacing kind of a mess. He then ended it saying overall he still liked it, but yeah, you could see just on his viewpoint alone how things were definitely changed. Definitely changed in this movie.
Editing trailers is, I know people who work for trailer houses, and they're great at what they do.
Yeah.
But if you gave them something that wasn't a trailer to edit, it would just be fucking trash. They don't know how to work with narrative. They're good at cutting together sizzles.
Well, I'm sure there's some of them that are good at both, Elliot, but still.
Nope, none of them. So,
yeah.
Back to the story. Back in May, around when that guy saw the movie, two separate versions were being screened. David Ayer's version, which was described as more somber, and then the lighter, funner version. Then, they used the feedback from both versions to attempt to find some sort of common ground. So, despite the creative freedom allegedly given to Ayer and his team, it seemed like the pressure from Dawn of Justice's critical failure, Deadpool's meteoric success, a serious time crunch, and executive meddling may have all come together to aid in the downfall of Suicide Squad's coherence.
Yeah, so
dun dun.
Again, the movie isn't even out yet. It's crazy that there's already this much drama 2 days basically before it hits theaters. But we can't help but say we're very eager to see what you, the comic book movie fans, have to say about this film once you've seen it, because after all, that's what matters. It's not what a bunch of critics or people behind the scenes say, it's whether you like it or not. I liked Dawn of Justice. I thought it was fine. There's a lot of stuff wrong with it. Visually, I really enjoyed it. Suicide Squad, there's something good in there. There's something good in there. Some great roles that were played. Plot-wise, kind of a mess. We just hope that things get sorted out behind the scenes if what the reports are saying actually happened. If it's crazy. We got Wonder Woman coming next year and Justice League next year. So, I don't know.
Jeff Johns needs to save.
Well, he got put into place immediately after Dawn of Justice, so it was kind of too late even for Suicide Squad.
But Wonder Woman and Justice League, he might, I think he has his fingers a little deeper inside those ones.
Yeah, Wonder Woman will be the exception because it is a standalone. It's the first standalone focusing on one character and her arc.
Well, Man of Steel was.
Oh yeah, that's in the past. We don't talk about that anymore. But Justice League will, I think, and I know we said this before Dawn of Justice and after Dawn of Justice. We're like, this next one's gonna be the one that.
This is where they really get their pace going. Yeah, this will be the one where they figure out.
Wonder Woman, I'm not so worried. Justice League, please.
So, if you need a little palate cleanser for your mouth, your filthy mouth, go check out our interviews with the cast and crew, well, Ricky's, which were a lot of fun for him, even though he was awkwardly sitting there having not really liked the movie.
Hey, they were very nice.
Having to talk to actors and pretend that he liked it.
I didn't pretend. I just asked them questions about how fun it was.
People on the comments were like, "How does it feel that you must be a real fraud for acting all nice to these people when you didn't even like the movie?" It's like,
no. Yeah, there was one person that was like, "How does it feel to interview Jared Leto knowing that you hate his music?" I was like, I love his acting, so if someone had asked me, "Hey, do you want to interview 30 Seconds to Mars?" I'd be like, no. Wake me up.
How's that go? This is the worst band in the world. Anyway, check out our other content.
Yeah, we did Tech Tuesday.
Yeah.
Kanye's trying to sell a title, a company that he doesn't even own outright, to Apple, a company that might not even want it.
Give Jay his check.
Yeah. And then if you want to watch all the reviews, we did a roundup yesterday with that.
Yeah.